Have you ever had to put on your thinking cap? You know, that imaginary hat we wear when we need to think through something important or we need to make an important decision. In 1765, a book was written that actually gave instructions for the thinking cap. And the instructions went like this: when your passions were growing turbulent, you were supposed to put the hat on. And you were not supposed to say a word while you were wearing the hat. In other words, you were supposed to be thinking. Well, we are in a turbulent season of life right now, so we need to be thinking. But in order to think, we have to listen. So we need to listen, and we need to think, and we need to act. All three. So I'm going to ask you just for a moment, put on your thinking cap and maybe put your listening cap on top of that. And I just want to give you one moment from the life of Jesus. And I think this moment impacts every single moment of our lives right now. A man came up to Jesus and he asked him a question. He said, "What must I do to have eternal life?" And Jesus took him back to the truth of the Old Testament, the truth from heaven, that you need to love God first and most, and you need to love your neighbor in the same way that you love yourself. The man said, "Well, who's my neighbor?" And Jesus responded to his question with a story. He told him a story about a man who had been brutally beaten and left on the side of the road. And another man came by after a while, and he saw the man, but he was uncomfortable with the man. He was uncomfortable with the situation, so he just kept walking. And after a while, a second man came by, and he saw the man, but he was uncomfortable with the man, and he was uncomfortable with the situation, so he kept walking by as well. And then after a while, a third man came by, and he had every reason to be uncomfortable with the man and uncomfortable with the situation, but he stopped, and he helped him. And he made sure he found some shelter, and he made sure that his wounds were cared for. And Jesus turned to the man who came with the question, and he said, "Which one of those guys do you think was a neighbor?" And the man said, "The one who showed mercy." And Jesus said, "Then you go be like him." In these days of turbulent passions, who can you show mercy to? Who's that person that you know is hurting today that you can show mercy to? Who's that person tomorrow when you wake up that you know you can show mercy to? Who's the stranger that needs mercy tomorrow that you don't know? And what can you do tonight to ask God to help your heart be right, to start showing mercy to people you don't even know? Keep listening, keep thinking, keep showing mercy. And if you're not showing mercy, this is a really good time to start. Much grace to you. And may God keep showing his mercy to us. And may he show his mercy in unique and great ways in the days to come.